Hello and welcome to the show. It's a rainy day here on Forza Horizon 2, but I'm going to be doing a silly car build using the Audi Rs2. I thought I'd give this car a go. I don't think I've ever driven it before on Horizon. It's one of the cars I won from the wheel spin thing at some point. So yeah, I'm going to give this car a build and see how it goes. I'm thinking that it could be quite quick. My suspicions are that this could actually be fairly decent. Let's go to garage and upgrades. There we go. I remember what I'm doing with this. As far as engines go, we're going to use a new one. We're going to use the V10. There is I think it's the 458 Italia's engine. I'm going to use the V10 though. I don't think I've used this one on this game yet. Who knows? We're going to give it a go though. So we will stick that in the Audi. I'm also going to make the car rear-wheel drive to make things more interesting. That's again jumping the PI up an awful lot, making it rear-wheel drive. That is curious. Yeah, that's a big old PI jump. And as you can see by all of the red, that's okay. Not sure on that. Never mind. We will have the car as a rear-wheel drive. We'll go for twin turbos, of course. Get as much power out of this engine. I seem to remember this is pretty much the same power as the 458 Italia. If it's similar to Forza 5, it'll be around the same horsepower as the V8. Front splitter, which looks okay. Do we have a silly wing? There is potential for a silly wing on this car. We have a fairly silly wing. Yeah, you gotta love the double wings that go on with some of these cars. Yeah, I mean there isn't really anywhere to put a wing on the back of the Audi, but double wings are amusing. Tyres, we're going to want the race compound tyres. We're going to want as big a tyres as we can get. Now, these could be an issue. Ooh, yeah, that's not a good sign as such. If we have very skinny tyres, we could have potential problems. It seems to have been that the cars with the larger, especially larger rear tyres with these rear-wheel drive cars, have tended to be okay. I fear that this may not quite have the grip if we're running on some fairly small tyres in comparison to some of the cars that we have been running. The reason why I think this might be alright is it's a little bit bigger. It will be a little bit heavier. It's actually not going to be as heavy as I thought it was going to be. It should be nice and stable, which is always useful to have. It should, and to be fair, no cars are really that twitchy on here. I'm hoping, much like the Lamborghini was last time out, the Urus or whatever the damn thing's called, I'm hoping that this will be along the similar lines of quite nice and stable. It's not too heavy. It's quite a bit lighter than I thought it was actually going to end up. Fair enough from the Audi. Now it's just how much power do we get out of this engine? It's going to be in the 900 horsepower range, I would hope. Thankfully, we're going to have enough PI. I'm always worried now about the cars going too higher a class for me to actually use around our particular track, because we have to use the rivals mode for timing of stuff. If a vehicle goes into X class, it doesn't work because there's no rivals mode for X class, which is a little bit of a shame. Can we have a rivals mode for X class at some point? That'd be really quite useful if we could. Alright, power is going up slowly. I'm hoping the turbos and intercoolers. It's strange how sometimes some parts add a huge amount of power in one car or in one engine, and then different engines is different. Sometimes the turbos will add like 300 horsepower. This one's only adding 85. It seems slightly strange to me. There we go, another 54, 917 horsepower. I think it might be 2 more than the Ferrari V8, but that'll do for the Audi Rs2. I'm still thinking it could be quite good. Those tyres are a little bit skinnier than I would have liked, ideally. Now, for this test, where we could eventually get back to the correct menu. And it's bright daytime again. We are going to the first track in Sisteron, the Citadel circuit, where the city car builds are put up against a standard Noble M600. The Noble did a lap time around here of a 56.414, and I'm now going to try and beat that with the Audi. The Noble was completely untuned, so the Audi is going to be completely untuned, and it has 6 laps to try and go faster. The PI of the Audi here is fractionally higher than the Noble. It's not by a huge amount. The question is, will the Audi be able to handle all of the power and the acceleration around a very tight and nasty course? The Noble was a very, very good car. I have to say, I did thoroughly enjoy driving the Noble here. Well, the question is, what is the Audi going to be like? The answer, I fear, is quite slidey. That's a very weird handling car. Okay. This is a very, very strange vehicle to drive. My brain is just going, how on earth do you describe trying to drive this car? The back end already seems to have a complete mind of its own. Nothing I'm doing with the steering is affecting what the back of the car is doing. It's just deciding, right, we're going this way or we're going that way, and you have not much control over it at all. Okay. That's not what I suspected it would probably be quite slidey. And sure enough, it is quite slidey. I'm not sure. What in the back of this car? I'm going to have to go to third-person view to try and figure out... I can't drive very well from third-person view. Try and figure out... It's very peculiar. It's sort of twitchy, and it's almost as if the back... Yeah, it's almost as if the back tyres... Whoa. Okay, go on now. It's almost as if it's got some slightly strange setup on it. I mean, you saw I haven't changed the setup at all. Whoa, nope, don't go that way. Hey, that's not a good line through the... I mean, that's one way to take the first few corners. It's not really the ideal one. Yeah, just... Ooh. Yeah, and then we're going sideways up the hill, as per normal. This is a strange handling car. It really is. This doesn't feel like there's any real grip at the back of it. It just wants to wiggle around all over the place. I'm not just talking sort of oversteer. It feels quite kind of twitchy, and I don't know. It feels strange. The turn in is very nice, and then we go to put some power down or go fairly quickly in a straight line, and we try and do any adjustments. The back end gets all unhappy. I mean, okay, this wasn't designed to be a rear-wheel drive car with 900 odd horsepower in it. I've not had a car drive. Whoa, that's a big two-wheel. That's not a good way through there either. Okay, sideways through the first corner. Nope, stop it. Going up. No, fine, don't go in a straight line then. I will continue to fight you, car. This is a real pain in the ass to drive. Whoop, and get turned in, and we'll probably end up quite sideways. Whoop, sorry, we're taking out all the banners. It's okay, I'm in control of the crazy Audi. I mean, I'm just about in control of the crazy Audi. Vaguely-ish. Yeah, I don't know. It could be to do with the fact that we've got fairly skinny tyres in relation to the other cars that I've previously driven around here, that it feels odd. I don't know. I was expecting it just to be slidey and perhaps struggle with the power delivery out of these hairpins, but it's not too bad coming out of here. We will come out here and then we will boot it. And I mean, yeah, we get some wheel spin, but it's nothing worse. Oh, that's going to go wrong. We'll get wheel spin in this car as we come out of the corners. And we'll lift up onto two wheels a little bit as well. But it's not kind of the... Yeah, it's not the horrible, sort of almost undrivable nature of some of the cars that I've built and driven, where all they do is wheel spin. This can actually put the power down. I can almost get up the hill without it going sideways. It's just something goes there again. The back end is all of a sudden letting go, and now I can't get it quite back under control without the car being all unhappy with me. Okay, this is a strange, really strange one. I mean, if I can keep it together and not bump into a wall, we might do all right in a lap time. We're certainly not going to be the slowest car around here, I don't think. Oh, and turn in. I mean, we've got lovely turn in through the two hairpins and through most of the corners. We've got absolutely great front end grip, and then the back goes all funny whenever we try to do anything. Right, what was that lap? 58.4. Okay, we've got a couple of seconds to try and find. I definitely think we can find a couple of seconds somewhere. I'm not entirely... If I could just... Whoop, sorry, taking out the bus stop as well. It's okay. Actually, I think they replace all of the stuff you knock over as we go round. Maybe. Yeah, they do. Yeah, we took out those signs. Woo! Don't look at the signs. Concentrate on the driving. Concentrate on the driving. They're very efficient around here in picking up the signs that I knock over when I lose control of these ridiculous machines. We're doing a little bit better this time around. I think the triggers have got to be a little bit... I think this is one of the few cars that perhaps having a steering wheel instead of a controller would be quite useful on. That this one here, it goes a little bit funny, and then trying to sort of correct with a controller is not quite ideal. It's sort of a little bit too twitchy, and add that onto a strange car, it all comes together to make it a bit of a mess, really. Ooh, that's a bit of a bump across there, and across the line, we're going quicker. Ooh, we haven't quite held that one together. Arse. I tried to carry too much speed, and then pressed the wrong button. That was clever of me. Okay, we're not going to go. I don't think we're going to go unless I can pull out something miraculous on this final lap. I don't think we're going to go quicker. Stop going sideways. Please stop going sideways. Ha! There we go. Yeah, this is a funny one. This is a really strange one. It could be quite good. I think with a bit of tuning, if you were to spend some time tuning the car, it would probably turn out in the end to be an interesting one. Excellent turning, but very strange. Maybe weight distribution perhaps is a bit funky on this car. It's possible. I didn't notice it being particularly bad, but maybe it is in a state. I don't know. An interesting one. I'll give it that. Never had a car that drives quite in the same way as this one here does. And we're across the line. We're not going to go quicker than the Noble. It's certainly not as nice to drive as the Noble either. It is a bit of a pain getting it around there. It's a very odd car. But it's not too slow. It's not too slow. And now it's time to see how quick it will go at a straight line. We will head to the motorway to give it a bit of a speed run. What are we going to go with guesstimations of the speed? I'm thinking we're probably going to be getting maybe 235 perhaps out of it. I mean, it's not the most of aerodynamical vehicles. What did we get the Lamborghini up to the Urus? That was like 240 something. Or was it 239? Might have been 239. This again is not the most aerodynamical car. Doesn't have as much power as the Lamborghini that went last time. But it will be more aerodynamical than that Lambo. I'm going to go with about the same, I reckon, the 230, 240. But I fear that this could be a real pain to do this speed run with. I was struggling with that car at the low speeds of that area, of that track. It's a tough track for silly car builds because it is very tight, very short. You don't really get above 140 around there at all. And whenever you do get to 140, you very quickly slam on the brakes. And this was twitchy, very twitchy back end. And I fear that I've gone to the wrong road. Oh no, I've just gone a bit further up on the road. My bad. I thought I'd done a very stupid thing. Woo! Hello, Mr. Ultima. Right, we'll take the aero off. That was the thing I was meant to be doing. Sorry, I've not had very much sleep. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional, honestly. We want aero. There we go. 223 at the moment, so we dump the aero off and have a fiddle with the gears, and 240 might be possible. Let's have a look. What do we reckon? Oh no. Maybe not 240. Maybe I underestimated the Audi. 230. Any more? Can we get any more speed from you? Or is that going to be about it? I don't know. We're going to get about 230 miles an hour out of it, provided I don't bin it in a wall or a truck or any other place. Can we have the 230 miles an hour? We may get a couple more miles an hour out of it. There we go. Once we start going downhill towards the end of the run, we may gain another couple of miles an hour. Okay. Struggles a little bit more with straight line speed than I was expecting. Yeah, I'm concerned about the twitchiness of this car. If it's being twitchy at the fairly low speed, I say fairly low speeds, in relative terms, fairly low speed corners of the track in Sisteron that I tend to use, this could be quite interesting, and I'm not taking that flat out. I just don't trust this car whatsoever to take that flat out. There we go. Especially now that I've taken off the rear aero, this is going to be even more oversteery and kind of bizarre to drive. Let's just let off. Okay, it actually had a little bit more grip there than I thought it was going to have. We're just about to get to the 200 mile an hour mark, and not as fast accelerating as some of the other cars that I have used here. We're going to have to try and be ready now. Nothing. Try and leave the. Oh no, we're not going to do that. Ugh. Okay. Ooh, there's a bump over there. I didn't want to take too tighter a line through that corner, so I got caught on the inside again by cars wanting to leave the motorway, and then we ran out of steering. Whoopsie. My bad on that one. Okay, it does have a little bit more grip than I initially thought. There we go. Oh, I got a tiny bit of understeer. Very, very briefly on on that corner. Surprise, I was just waiting for the back end to let go. I bet if I have to do a vigorous change of... Ooh, like that. No, don't do that. Okay, AI cars, please stay in your lanes. Please do not encroach on different lanes. Just stay where you're supposed to. Because I can't do quick change of directions. This car is not going to do them at all. I will just end up spinning out. We're not... Yeah, we're at 212. Come on, I need some more miles an hour out of you. Well, we must be getting near... We are getting near towards the end. 200... Oh, God, yeah. This is not the quickest of cars that I've had here. Okay, if we hug there we go. We can stay over that bit there. That was nice and safe. Aha! We have made a corner. Please behave, everything. I can't do anything. No, and we don't want bumps. Bumps are also horrible. Change. Be gentle with any of changing directions. There we go. We're going to hit the 230 mile an hour mark. That's about all we're going to get, I think, from the Audi, unless I don't think. Well, we'll keep going. Mind the traffic. Oh crap! Lots of traffic. Dodge through there. Aha! We're still on the road. We're still in one piece. 231, 32, and that's about it. That's all we're going to get from the Audi. Woo! Let's not do anything silly. Okay, it fared a little bit better actually in a straight line than I thought it would. I thought that would be a lot more twitchy, but it is still very oversteery. Yeah, this is probably one of the tougher cars I've had to drive. I have to say, on here, it was a bit of an interesting one. Yeah, twitchy, but it's a strange one. Yeah, give it a go yourself if you have this game. Have a go with an Audi Rs2. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Something feels strange about the back end of this car. I'm not entirely sure why. But there we go. That is it for this silly car build. So thank you very much for watching. And until next time, goodbye.